Hmm. Hello, welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to Make Shift Happen in more than one way. This is going to be there's been something very monumental that I feel in my life happening, realization, a something that I was introduced to that I never ever knew about, in some regards, thought about for a long time. And I wanted to share that with you today. Hello, everyone. This is Tammy Lee with the Emerald Compass. I am a magical shift maker and wayshower. Those of you that are new to me, I want to share a little bit about me, that how I guide and teach others to reconnect in profound ways to their sovereign sacred self. As a cosmic bridge that I've been told that I am, I help people to facilitate this reconnection and remembering to their inner vast landscape, to their gifts, to their magic. Yeah, to their magic that they've always had. And so many times we've forgotten about because of life, because of other lifetimes, because of different trajectories we have been on. This inner connection awaits you. It yearns for you to come back home to it, your spirit, your essence. So we can then live in this harmonic flow individually, in this harmonic flow of the original, that was like one of the original's intentions of who we are as that seed was part of the original intention of our individualized creation. That's how special you are. That is how special you are. So as we gather today, I want you to just take this deep breath. Breathe in for a count of 3. Hold. Release for a count of 3. And do that 3 times. Do that 3 times. In the last week since we've been together, I've had a major breakthrough and something I wanted to share with each and every one of you. Because sometimes we lose track of our own essence, our own individuality, our own physicality. And it's okay. It's okay if we lose track. And then we're shown gifts or different techniques or different things that we can then, that can open us back up to knowing more things. And as you know, those of you that have been with me, I work a lot on emotional body. I work a lot with the emotional body. Because see, remember, we have more than just our physical body. We have our emotional body, our mental body, our spiritual body, and our etheric body. Some people call that our aura. Okay? And when we have things that are conflicting or clogging up these other bodies. Eventually, they'll come in emotionally and they'll come in physically and create a clog. I'm just seeing a clogginess within our physicality. There's throughout since the last, okay, so I'm 59. This is 2021. In 2000, actually in 1998, I was introduced to this company, this health company, and it really helped to facilitate a change in me because of the products they had, the the leadership program they had, and it helped me to start seeing me. It helped me to um, get out of my own way, not just the products that I literally took, the leadership I had around me that I didn't even know existed. How many of you have had experiences where you've been a part of a group or a part of a company, like even in that have helped to facilitate change for you? Even in my last corporate job, I had my last, well, when I was first married, when I was first hired, the general manager I had as my boss originally, awesome. Awesome. I really adored him. I respected him. I could be very truthful with him. He heard me. And then, so I have this awesomeness. And this also can relate with our own system. Okay, we're talking about physicality today and how emotions stay stuck within us. So I have this original boss and really respected the man. And then he hires a sales manager. Originally, I was hired to start the sales team. Well, then they decided in the new area of this broadband company. And then they decided, well, I guess we need a manager. So then they hire this guy, good heart, but not a good man. Well, okay. Good heart, however, we clashed because he was a manager of, he wants to take you, tear you down, and build you back up the way he wants you to be. There was a pushback within me. I would not allow him to tear me down. He was brutal. He was brutal. And I would even ask my coworkers, why do you allow that? Why do you allow this manager to tear you down like that? I mean, it's brutal. And then he retired, and then we got in a different manager. Completely different. Wow. Completely different. I learned to trust this person again. I learned to trust a manager. I learned to trust, and he wasn't just my manager. He was a leader. He was a leader. And to this day, I still highly respect this man. And one of the things that I realized later after I actually realized that while I was still in that position of sales executive, that this last manager came into my life to help me heal authority figure issues with men. Incredible journey I had with him, with being in this company. But I bring this forth to you in order for us to realize of where we've been and what emotions that we hold hostage within us whenever we're not able to speak our truth, or we speak our truth and nobody hears us, or we're suppressed, or repress or trying or being like a power over dynamic that somebody wants you to be so much, they want to control you so much to tear you down and rebuild you the way they want you, that we literally keep those emotions inside of us. And I was reminded this last week, I was reminded of how we keep emotions stuck within our intestinal tract, our intestines, our colon. I was reminded of this and how detrimental that can be to our own physicality. For even no matter how well we try to eat, how well we try to think about our own well-being, no matter how much we as an individual think, want to strive for doing the right things for ourselves, there's still something missing. There's still some kind of caveat that has not been released, has not been shown, has not been heard, has not been seen. And I wanted to share this with you today because some of the things, like I would do cleanses and I would do, for the last, ever since I was in this original company, since 1998, they have a 10-day cleanse and I would do that. I would go on a fast and that would do some good. Or I would go on a juicing and that would do some good. But nothing in these, okay, so let's just round it up to from 40 and 20 years. Nothing I've ever tried, which they've been good and they've been deep, but nothing has ever moved me like I've been moved this past week. So I want us to really think about this because I learned this because I would even go have a colonic. Do you know what a colonic is? I guess you guys can, um, yeah, just Google that. I'm here for you one-on-one if you want to discuss that. But I would go get a colonic thinking that would help me because ever since I was little, since a little one, I've had issues with my intestinal tract to the point of being rushed to the hospital about an age three-ish, 4, to where my mom, I remember her telling me later in life that I was screaming so much they didn't know what to do. And apparently it's called gastritis. And they had to put a tube down my throat. So this is in like 1965, 66-ish. What's the only thing they know how to do? Put a tube down my throat into my belly to help the gas get out. And I never knew why I would, like, I didn't understand why I would have these thoughts of people, like I can remember, I didn't know I was remembering that instant of me being on a surgical table and people around me. And whew, see, that's still some energy I need to help clean up yet. This is another thing that brought that memory back. So if you look up, you can Google this and go to images, and I would Google emotions held in the colon, emotions held in the intestinal tract. Because in our ascending colon, that is, from what I understand, now I'm not no doctor, I don't know the body completely, but I believe that's the one that sits next to that's really close to the liver, and the liver holds anger, okay? So, energetically, our liver is a fiery organ, and the ascending colon sits just below your liver on the right side of your abdomen. So, see, I've been having this energetically. I could feel something on the right side of my belly button. Okay. Like, oh, and I would rub it and I would rub it. Okay, that's my liver talking to me. Did I know that right away? No, I did not. So, as I'm doing energy work, I can feel it talking to me. Liver holds anger that we have not shared, that we have not talked about, that we have not cleansed out of it, that we have not addressed. If you have pain in that area, it's possible you have some old hurt that needs to be cleared so you can move forward both physically and emotionally. Now, sometimes when I would get a colonic, I would feel emotion coming up. And the lady, I would drive 4 hours one way to go get a colonic because where I live, it's not available. I would drive 4 hours to go get a colonic. So see, I have the drive, the time, the expense of a hotel because I didn't feel like driving back right away, but it was worth it because I wanted to help my body facilitate this emotion that was stuck. That no matter what I did, whether I did an enema, that I still felt there was some stuff in me. You know how our hearts can build up plaque? Plaque in the in the in our veins? I'm sure you've heard of that. Plaque in our veins. Well, we can also accumulate plaque within our intestinal tract, within our colon. I never knew this before. It was astonishing. So we have our ascending colon, and then we have a transverse colon. And again, I encourage you if you to look this up. Just Google or whatever. I'm just going to say Google. Just search for it. That's a better way to say. Search for this. Look at an image, and it will show you. We also have a transverse colon where that holds anxiety and worry. And I remember when I got this colonic, this lady had a picture of a colon and all these, and on these 4 quadrants showed the emotion being held in there. And, when I understood to a point, and then this last week, I got it. When with your transverse colon, when you feel like that anxiety in the pit of your stomach, have you ever felt that? Or this gut like, "Ugh, don't feel right," or "Ugh, I don't know, there's something not right here." Well, this is where the gut and the brain are so closely interconnected that any imbalance in the gut, and I'm still learning this, right? Any imbalance in the gut is going to be reflected in both organs, in the colon and in the brain. And a good technique to release anxiety is to do some deep breaths. That's why, because it helps to send a heap of oxygen into your blood, into your colon muscles, into your heart. Calms down the heart, calms down that part of you that in that gut. Now, sometimes we got to listen to that because it could be a sign, a warning signal. Hey, something's not right, of whatever might be going around. Anxiety and worry is what your transverse colon holds, which affects so much of us, not only in your gut, but your heart. How many times have you ever had, sometimes people think they're having a heart attack, and what it really is just severe anxiety. I've only, I have, I have, I have experienced that maybe once or twice in my life. I didn't know anxiety could get that bad. So you just tell yourself to breathe. Breathe in for a count of 3 through the nose. Do you know when you breathe in through the nose, it helps your brain versus mouth breathing? On an inhale, breathe in through the nose, hold 1, 2, 3, exhale 3, 2, 1. That helps that anxiety. And so does something else that I'm about ready to share with you. There's so much energy right now. So you're following me so far of how we can actually hold. And it doesn't even matter how healthy you are. I know people that are masters of energy, masters of transmuting. Exceptional in the work that they do energetically, mentally, and physically, yet they still require extra help. Now, in your descending colon, which travels up and down your left side of your abdomen, from your ribs to your hips, this holds sadness and fear. This holds sadness and fear. So just imagine me as a little girl in this hospital, not knowing what's going on, being on this table, seeing people around me. I don't even know if they put me out. I don't know. I don't remember that at this moment, but I just remember being terrified. So even though they're trying to help me, relieve this pain, this fear, this terrifyingness sticks with me, sticks sticks in me. My gut issues, I've had off and on challenges my entire lifetime with my intestinal tract, with my gut. Even at the age of like 1.5 or 2, I have a picture of myself where I have a picture of myself where my shorts are below my belly and my top is above my belly. So ever since I was little, I've carried this with me. And I truly, truly, truly believe it also comes from other lifetimes that I've lived, other dimensions and other realities that I have experienced. So in that descending colon that goes on the left side, it's strongly correlated with our feelings of sadness, loss, grief, fear. and it's actually one of the last parts that the waste in our body travels through before leaving our body. So there's a lot of stuff that can get stuck in there. A lot of stuff that the body actually will hang on to. And it can be so deep rooted. It can be so deep rooted that those are the last feelings that we actually cleanse and process. Even energetically, I've had major breakthroughs since our retreat here, which was the beginning of July. Here it is already in the middle. So it's been 5 weeks. It's been at least 4 weeks. Actually, it's been 4 weeks since that retreat. And I still am integrating monumental shifts and changes and realizations on a weekly, sometimes daily basis. And some of that is deep fear. And it's been like I've shared with you, this is not an easy job. Of when and I commend each and every one of you, each and every one of you that are doing some kind of healing work on your own, with a mentor, however you're doing it, with a group, one-on-one, whatever it is. And I found something last week that helped to exponentially facilitate a greatest change within me, to catapult me to next levels. The benefits I received. Remember that I shared with you that we can develop plaque within our intestinal tract, within our colon. It's called mucoid plaque, MUCOID plaque. Look it up. I kid you not. I didn't even know there was such a thing until 2 weeks ago. I'm getting chills right now in my body as I share this with you. Just how, have you ever taken a lot of vitamins, but you don't even know if you're absorbing them? Or even a little bit of vitamins, but you don't know you're absorbing them. That's what I've known about this. I've done cleanses, I've done colonics, I've done enemas, I've done all these things, and yes, they work for a wee bit, or they go so far, but nothing has gone the depth of helping me to clear out, like what I call the Zen cleanse. It's a Zen cleanse, and it's a product. It's a product I was introduced to, and I'm going to actually put it right here. And it facilitated so much change within me that, yes, full disclosure, I became an affiliate. But more important than that, it helped to catapult me. The things, it's a 1-day cleanse, 1 day. Easy to follow, no pain, no gut wrenching, stomach aches that I needed to work through or experience. Oh, shoot. So I'm going to post it here because the reason I'm sharing this with you, I don't want my name, Schumacher. Okay. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because the monumental change I experienced. It was easy. It was gentle, and over 3 pounds of this mucoid plaque came out of me over a 2 days. I literally, now this is, I'm just going to go for it because I don't know if this is TMI for you or not, but I literally, within the mucoid plaque, I saw faces. I saw aliens. I kid you not. I was so astonished. And you do an analysis of this, what you release. It's on that website, and it tells you what is going on within your body so deep, at such a deep level, because of the colors of this mucoid plaque you release. So this, I did this a week ago Sunday. So Sunday the 8th. Well, no, I'm just going to be more clear here. I mean, actually, let me look it up. I'm pulling up my calendar. Okay, August 1st. August 1st, I did this cleanse. For 2 days. My body was able, like, it facilitates such a change within my body. You know how I work the land. This morning, there was something that came up when I worked with 2 other ladies with our trees. Instead of clearing energy, it was more like, what can I give these trees? Because 3 of them have died now. The fairies, we even tapped into the fairies. It's like, it's not our job to do this. It's like, oh, Tammy, what can Tammy do to help support these trees? And what I'm guided to do is go to the local greenhouse and get a product that I can sprinkle on the ground by the trees to help facilitate a strengthening within each one of those trees to support the trees. Same thing with the Zen cleanse, the intestinal one that I did, that I experienced all this monumental change. It was like this product, and I've never even heard of it, but I knew to do it, even though it's a bit of an investment, I would say, but it's only 1 day, okay? And the link I gave you, and that little Tammy Lee Schumacher, that's a little discount code. I'm still learning all this. I'm still understanding. But that product, that finally I found something, there was a depth within me that it went into and helped to slough off all this plaque that I didn't even know was there. Just like energy work that we do. We go in and we start looking at things within us and around us and help to slough off what no longer supports us. And when we do that, energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, how many of you can feel that energy right now, etherically? When we do that, we support ourselves in ways we don't even know yet. In ways we don't even know yet. Joanne says, yes, it is so important to know how much our emotions affect our physical body. Deep breathing and letting go is so important. And How many times do we forget about that? I forget about that. I do. And that's why I think sometimes, hi, Carol. So glad you could join us, darling. That's why sometimes I feel this is so important of what I do, even if what I say every Wednesday on the Make Shift Happen, even if it's repetitive, it is important. Sometimes we all need to be reminded of these simple things that we can do, of these simple, like deep breathing to help calm us. Now, you all that been with me, you know I don't generally just like come on here and share a product with you. I believe so much in this that is created by a Zen master, a doctor with over 30 years of experience on detoxing. There's so much passion in this because I know how it has helped to facilitate change within me. And it's just the beginning. I plan on doing it again. I'm like, wow, it's surely there's more there. I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. So I'm the next round, I'm doing a liver cleanse. I'm doing this Zen liver cleanse one day. I kind of like I have no idea what's going to come out of my liver, but I've been working with my liver off and on for the last year and doing energy work with it and clearing it. And now it's like energetically, okay, now what can I do physically besides changing my eating habits? There's something else wanting. There's something else that it still needs. And now I really feel I have found it. Have you ever felt that way that you're doing something in life and you're like, this is good, but man, there's something missing. Girlfriend, there's something missing. Oh, for me, this was a missing link for me. And when I find missing links, I share them. It might not be right for everybody, and that's okay. But when I expelled over 3 pounds of stuff out of me, like nothing has ever facilitated change like that within me. So again, go look up emotions held in the colon. Just look at, and you'll see what we were talking about today with how emotions are held in our body. And sometimes, no matter how much energetic clearing and healing and facilitation we do, we still need to do something else to support our physicality. You get that? Just like the trees told me today, okay, there's something else besides energetics and harmonics. What physically can you do for us? Physically, you need to do this. The fairies, even physically, Tammy, you need to do this. This is not our responsibility. This is, Tammy, this is an invitation for you to go get something that will help facilitate, help to support the strengthening of their physical nature. This Zen cleanse was something for me to support me in the strengthening of my physical nature. I am vibrating so high now, like right now, just sharing this with you. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I can talk to you one-on-one. This just is the most incredible. This is, how do I say this? This has been one of the most incredible new findings that I have had recently. I can't tell you how much it has helped to shift things within me, mentally, physically, emotionally, substantially, etherically, foundationally. Like, girl. So if does anybody I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm here to support you however I can. Let me know. Yeah, call from out of area. So I guess that's time. I forgot to turn off our home phone. Yes, we still have a home phone. That way my grandkids have something to be able to communicate with each other or when they're here. Not like you needed to know that, but yes, we have a home phone. Now, the reason we have a home phone, that was originally Tim's grandparents' phone number. I don't know. It's just kind of hard not to have a home phone when it's their original number. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me here today. Thank you for supporting me. I dream. My intention is that each and every time we gather here, that somehow, some way, I am supporting you. So much love to you. So much love to you. Thank you so much for being you with me and allowing me to be me with you.